Good day. Again, this is Geomusings with Mansour, and we are going to move to the next topic, and that is why was Mujtaba Khamenei elected the supreme leader of Iran? It came as a shock to me too. It happened circa 7 p.m., 8 p.m. yesterday night. That was when we received the information that Mujtaba Khamenei has been appointed the supreme, has been elected. The word elected is key. I will explain why. Elected the supreme leader of Iran. Like I said in the last video, Mujtaba Khamenei is the second son of the late retired supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Now, I was surprised because Mujtaba, because the idea behind supreme leadership in Iran is that it should not be hereditary. It should not be passed from father to son. It may not have been explicitly stated in their constitution, but that has been the culture in Iran since the very first supreme leader in 1979, who happened to be Ayatollah Khomeini. Please note the difference between Khomeini and Khamenei. Khomeini was the first. Ali Khamenei took over from Khomeini in 1989 when Khomeini died, and then Mojtaba Khamenei, who was the son, who is the second son of Ali Khamenei, took over from his father yesterday, 2026. Khomeini is no relation of Khamenei. People make that mistake a lot. Now let us dive in very quickly. Now, why was Mujtaba Khamenei? Why was his election? Why did his election breach culture, breach protocol? Why do we have for the first time a supreme leader where the son is succeeding the father? I would say he is a product of the times, a product of the circumstances of this period, a product of the epochal history Iran finds itself in at this time. His election was structured in a way. The decision as to choose him was structured in a way, number one, as to inflict maximum anger and vexation on Iran's number one geopolitical adversary at this time, which is the United States of America and to some extent Israel. And to ensure that they have a candidate at the same time that makes the vast majority of Iranian leaders, Iranian military leaders, and the vast majority of the people of Iran happy. Yes, it's important to state that fact. That is number one, and I will give my reasons. In the previous videos, I reminded you that Mujtaba Khamenei emerged from the assassination of his father with maximum human loss. He lost his father, he lost his mother, he lost his wife, he lost his child, he lost his brother-in-law, and he lost his sister-in-law. Because of that, naturally, Mujtaba Khamenei will be the angriest at those who killed the very important family circle of his. And naturally, he is the one that is more likely to support, to enunciate, and to do fatwas and policy directions that will vex the killers of his parents, the unalivers of his parents and his family and his wife and his daughter the most. That is number one. Number two is that Mujtaba Khamenei at this time is a kind of middle-aged leader that can appeal to the older generation and also appeal to the Gen Zs, to the young Iranians who are on the streets protesting and supporting the Islamic revolution at this time. Look at his age. He is 56. In fact, when you look at his image, at his picture, he even looks younger than 56. I am personally um, uh, you know jealous of Mujtaba Khamenei because my wife seems to be eyeing him. Obviously, that bloke is actually more handsome than I look. That is, by the way, that is a joke. Now, like I said, Mujtaba Khamenei appeals across board. He is middle-aged, 56. Speaks to the old, speaks to the young. That is number two. Number three, Mujtaba Khamenei has strong links with the IRGC, the Islamic Republican Guard Corps. The IRGC are essentially the guardians, the military guardians of the Islamic Revolution. They are the ones that actually protect and guard and hold together the Iranian society and the external ecosystem with respect to the Islamic Revolution. He is a core member and leader of the IRGC. How? He is a leader of the Basijis. The Basijis are the third level of the military ecosystem in Iran after the regular Iranian army and the IRGC generally, the Basages are number 3. They are largely, volunteers. They don't carry arms regularly, but in times of military or social pressure, they are empowered to carry arms. Mojtaba Khamenei is actually the leader of that group. Number 4 is that Mojtaba Khamenei may be a scholar. He may have studied jurisprudence, fiqh, and other Islamic sciences. However, he's a scholar who is well steeped in modern times, and is a scholar who is particularly adept at applying his Islamic scholasticism to modern issues, as modern as AI, as modern as as an environmental conservation, as modern as COVID-19, as modern as issues that are that contemporary. So Mujtaba Khamenei is a technocrat scholar, if I can use that word, who also has a very strong link and a very strong activity within the Iranian military. Essentially, Mujtaba Khamenei had his hands in every pie. He is sufficiently angry and sufficiently motivated against those who unalived his parents and his family. And he is at this time the one that is most to generate the most angst and vexation from the number one geopolitical adversaries of Iran, who they are at a current hot war against. Those, among other reasons, are why Mojtaba Khamenei may have been appointed as the supreme leader. Very quickly, the assembly of experts, the 88-member assembly of experts that voted for Mojtaba Khamenei were also personally, motivated to vote him because their headquarters in the holy city of Qom was attacked before the vote. The scholars were not there. However, the security guards and the clerical staff were in the building and they were murdered. They were martyred alongside those as the bombing of the building by the Americans and the Israelis. So naturally, what do you think those scholars would do when it was eventually time to, to vote? And Trump was always yelling about Mujtaba and that he did not want Mujtaba. Because of that, the assembly of experts decided to inflict the most pain, the most emotional pain to the president of America, who did not want Mujtaba, and they gave him Mujtaba essentially to thump at his face and tell him, do your worst. We have done what we are going to do. That, among other reasons, like I said, is why Mujtaba was elected, in my opinion. Thank you for joining us. Again, remember to like, remember to share, remember to comment, and please continue to follow us. See you in the next video. Have a good day.